Welcome to the Recruiting Spotlight, the show where we talk to recruits from all over the country. I'm your host, Ava Garza, and each week we break down the recruiting journeys of top prospects across the nation. This is where you'll hear the stories behind the stats and what it really takes to get to the next level. Today, I'm so excited to say that we have Albert Simien on the show, all the way from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and I'm so excited to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so Albert, what first drew you to football, and how did you know that it was going to be more than just a game for you?
Well, my brother Miles played it all throughout high school. I kind of grew up watching him play for the most part. So that's kind of just what I wanted to do, watching from a young age.
So that, big brotherly foundation kind of led you on to some big changes early on. I mean, you played on D line before switching to O line. So how do you think that kind of shaped your mindset and skill set?
Going from D line to O line is kind of just do the same old, but just do it with in a different way, with a different type of mindset in how you're doing it. And it's just really getting used to different type of coaching and techniques along the way.
So switching sides of the ball gives, like you said, a really different perspective, and that's kind of shown in your play. I mean, we watched film back. You've seen a lot of big changes. So looking back, how would you describe your style of play during your freshman and sophomore years?
Kind of fast paced and just new to it. Kind of more like backyard football, to be honest. Not no real and true technique to it.
Perfect. So that early style kind of caught a lot of attention early on for you. So let's talk about your recruitment journey. So can you tell us a little bit about your recruitment journey? When did it start and when did it kind of start to pick up?
My recruitment journey really started October of my freshman year because that's when I really had the most exposure to all the coaches. And then when I got into my sophomore year, like a year later, in October, I kind of like actually blew up because that's when I got my first offer from LSU. And so then since then, it's kind of just been like keeping up and going further than what has been expected.
So, I mean, getting that offer from LSU is your first one. I mean, I'm sure it meant a lot just because, that's your home state, that's your team. So did you kind of, watch LSU games growing up?
Oh no, I couldn't watch any football growing up. It was kind of boring to me. Like
Really?
if it was like on the screen, I could not stand it. No.
So do you watch now or do you only play?
Mainly I only played, but I'll like come watch a couple of games here and there.
So what's been the most memorable so far? Like, what's your one game that you would, like, replay if you could?
Elgin versus Alabama last year. That was a good one.
That was a really good game. I was I
Yeah.
was there. That was a good game. So you're highly regarded, number 1 interior O-line on the 2027 class, and you've offers from schools, like you said, LSU, we got Bama, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, UF, Arkansas. I mean, like, the list goes on. Y'all should go check out his Instagram. It's all over that. But what schools are kind of, like, I guess, drawing your attention as of right now?
Right now, LSU, Nebraska, and A&M are really like the main schools that have really been recruiting me heavy.
So it seems as though everyone has kind of been pushing for a chance to get you on campus. I mean, 30 plus recruitment camps. I mean, that's bound to happen. What are you looking for in a school whenever you start going on those visits?
I really try to like see as much as possible of their academic side of their team and really try to like figure out what steps you would have to take to kind of like maintain where you're going to in getting your degree.
So, what degree are you going to be shooting for whenever you pick your school?
I'm gonna be shooting for a psychology degree.
And then what do you hope to do with that afterwards?
Afterwards, I'm still trying to debate on if I'm going to do sports psychology or if I'm going to do family and marital counseling.
So, what kind of drew your attention to that career path?
Well, I kind of like the football side of it is like sports psychology is kind of a new thing. It's like developing, like getting players ready and like getting used to like the new football college aspect of it and going into that transition from high school to college. But also my brother, he does the family and marital counseling. And so it's just kind of been like seeing what he does and kind of just like being around that whole environment.
So you seem to look up to your brother a lot. So, you got to watch him play football and now we're kind of, you move on to big things like, you're picking your career and I mean, you're still following him, right? So what are his best qualities that, you kind of try to implement into your life now?
just his mindset and how he approaches every day. Like he's always like just so cheerful and happy just to be there and in the moment. That's just the main thing I love about him being my brother and just being around him all the time.
So, I mean, he seemed to be a very supportive brother. I mean, they're at some of your games. So, how did he kind of help you through your football journey now?
Well, he's mainly been helping me, like giving me key pointers while we go to these camps and just like being real encouraging and helping me when I get like into like these little hiccups and like little like setbacks and just helping me like bounce back and get back into the rhythm.
Perfect. So, before we, go on to the next segment, we did talk about your LSU offer, and that was your first one. And if you ask me, that's a pretty cool program to get your first offer from. So I want to know, what was your initial reaction, and then who was the first person that you told afterwards?
First person I told was my brother Miles. Yeah, him and he was the very first one. Me and my parents went for a game day visit, and we weren't even expecting it. We just thought it was just there to be there. And then they set us to the side, talked to us for a little bit, told us we had the offer, and it was just a good feeling just to be there.
Perfect. So we're gonna move on over to, on-field skills. So you're 6'4", 6'5", 280 pounds. Like, you have the ideal size to be a college football player. So what do you consider your top strengths right now?
Just my motor, being able to go long drives and not be tired as easily as everyone else. That's just a key factor for how I play.
So, strengths development is key. So how have your footwork, technique, and your strength evolved since you made the transition to O-line?
Being loud on the feet is really like a strong asset to be on D line. When you go to O line, having that skill set is just a whole nother world at it because you can move, maneuver, change directions. It's just a plus coming with that.
So we're going to talk about, your coaches described you as hard nosed. So we're going to talk about that. So what does it mean for you to play with nasty, and how do you maintain that intensity snap after snap?
It's just being around all those older dudes for a long time and just having to be ready and always tense, but at the same time mellow and confident in yourself in any aspect of the game, no matter what situation you're in.
So how do you mentally get ready for big games or recruiting camps?
Man, to be honest, I try to just like not even think about them and just be like, it's just a regular day. None crazy happening, no noise, no outside noise getting to me. I'm just here vibing.
So, I mean, you said it yourself, 30 plus recruitment camps. I mean, that's a lot of experience under your belt for a class of 2027. So how has your kind of mental prep, or, your mindset throughout the camp kind of changed from your first one to whatever number we're on now?
On the very first one, I was like extremely nervous. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. It was just, ooh, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Ooh, did I do this? Did I do that? But that was just, now it's just, okay, we used to it. None's gonna shake me now. We good.
So we talked about, quiet, no noise before any of these events, but that focus off the field is crucial for a lot of athletes. And, we're just starting now. I mean, class of 2027, you got some time. So walk us through a typical training week. Like, how do you balance on field practice, strength, work, and recovery?
Ooh, so usually we gotta like stay around the team as much as possible just to like get a good mesh and like team bonding through everything we do. So no matter what, we're from lifts or just chilling out, you're always around some teammates. So we probably start the day off with a morning lift with the team, and then we probably have like some skill development immediately after, just to like just because now you're loose, ready, intense, and you like really have to like focus up and keep your mental like in check while you're going through that and learning about all the new plays, all the new installs. And then after that, it's just like having fun with your day and just recover from and be prepared for the next day.
So we talk about team bonding a little bit. I mean, team chemistry is crucial for, any team. So what do y'all do off of the field to kind of maintain that closeness that you mentioned?
Man, me and the boys, we always playing the game together. A little bit of COD, Fortnite. It's just a good vibe all around. And then guys just go to each other's houses, hang out, have fun, throw football around. Just be fun, be high schoolers.
So, I mean, you look at your social media and you have a lot of very young players that kind of follow your story. So how has it been to, see people not almost looking up to you and your journey? So, yeah.
It's been fun because I get some DMs asking for help and like what's the recruiting process like and how to like get some more exposure and just always helping out anyone who comes with a question is always great for me because that's kind of what I'm trying to get in the career of is helping people. That's my like biggest aspirations in this life.
So, how significant would you say film study and, coach feedback is in your development process?
It's crucial if you gotta stay in front of the film as much as possible and like really like be a athlete, like a student of the game. So I'm trying to say, and just like absorb as much information as possible. And then you have that coach right there helping you to learn even more. Because then that coach is gonna like learn how you he's gonna learn how you learn and how you process information and then feed it to you in a way to where it's just like that, you got it.
So, we also saw you play basketball too as well, right?
Oh yes.
So, student of the game times 2. So, how does that multi-sport experience benefit you on the football field?
Playing basketball just gives me the advantage to like get my footwork right and stay light on my feet with also that little extra bit of conditioning along with it and then hand-eye coordination, be able to control the ball throughout the game.
So, I always have to ask, do your football friends also come and watch you play basketball every once in a while?
Oh yeah, they pack the stands out.
So, what does it mean to you to have that support, on the field and on the court from both sides?
It means the most to me. Those guys are always supportive of me, always wish the best of me throughout anything. It's great.
So having that, off the field, off the court friendship kind of proves life off the field is just as important. So whenever you're not in pads or the gym, what's a day in the life look like for Albert Simien?
Man, I'm gonna sleep in as long as possible. That's what I'm gonna start off with. Then it's gonna be just something like probably Pop Tart for breakfast and just get on the game and just chill out with the friends all day.
What's the Pop Tart flavor like go to?
Ooh, it just depends on the mood. Cause you could go with cookies and cream or you go with wild berry. It just depends on the day.
So would you say that you're pretty like do you have to do the same thing before every game or are you just like chill, go with the flow?
Pre-game, if I could, it would be Chinese food all the way. Just so like that's what I'm eating pre-game. It has to be the same. But depending on what game it is, I'll probably just listen to music and just chill out with the guys.
So, I mean, I go to LSU and, I haven't heard of amazing Chinese food places in Louisiana. So, like, what's your go-to Chinese food spot and what's your order?
Ooh, they had a good place in New Orleans with my grandparents. It's fire. It was a great wall. Man, it
Okay.
gotta be egg fried rice, orange chicken, and then Jones salsa. That's the
Okay.
move.
Yeah, okay. I can see how that would be like a good meal prep situation. Okay. So, family and support systems are obviously really, really big to you, with your brother. So, let's talk about yours. What lessons or values from your family and coaches have been the most influential on your path so far?
The mostly just keeping my head on my shoulders and just staying focused throughout everything and just like not letting things tempt me or like sway me in ways that I don't see myself going to better myself in my career path.
So, with all of these offers on the table, I'm sure it can get very, very overwhelming really, really fast. So how has your family kind of helped you stay grounded?
Well, my mom's mostly been taking care of most of my recruiting process and just taking all that extra weight off of my shoulders, like extra little interviews or side side questions from coaches and like mainly taking care of the upfront dirty work that goes through the recruiting process. And that's always a great thing to have.
And then, with such a positive person like your brother, would you say that you're more mellow than him, or are y'all like pretty even?
We're both kind of mellow, but at the same time, we both get pretty intense when it comes to it, when it comes to football. But it's just we around each other, we vibe in no matter what.
So, how important has it been to you to kind of have like a personal hype man on the sidelines, kind of helping you out through everything?
It's been everything. If it's not him, it's my little sister. She's been around us the longest, so she's like, "Ooh, football, football," and so that was just great.
So, with national attention and, top tier offers, what goals have you set for your junior season?
Just being a great teammate for my guys and just pushing them to get as much exposure as they possibly can, and helping them get offers also is the main thing for us. Not along with not uh leading off with winning as much as possible. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, we talked about high school. There's a big horizon, moving on for you. So, which college lineman, current or past, are you tracking or aiming to kind of copy?
Will Campbell, first round. I'm gonna get first round pick.
Close to home, close to home. So,
Yeah.
as you prepare for the next step, what impact do you hope to make on a college program on and off the field?
Just trying to be the best academic athlete I could be, and then just trying to get to where I'm the best possible player I could be also.
So finally, we last question. We talked about how you want to help people. That's your big, that's your big thing on and off the field. What advice would you share with younger players that are trying to break into, the next level playing in college?
No matter what you get into or what adversity you meet, you have to keep your mental in check and just keep a level head no matter what.
That's a good answer. I mean, insight that you don't get to hear every day. That's a
Yeah.
wrap on this episode of Recruiting Spotlight on Voice of College Football. Big shout out to our guest. That I don't know how you I don't know about y'all, but I'm really really excited to track your recruitment journey. And of course, thanks to y'all for tuning in and riding with us. If you haven't already, go hit that follow button on Instagram. You can find the show at Voice of College Football. And to keep up with all of my sideline shenanigans, go ahead and follow my Instagram over at Have a Great Day. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and share this episode with your sports crew. As always, this is Sports Insight.